Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the New Oaks AI podcast. I'm your host, Leland Best of Best Studios LLC, aka Best Live TV, along with my guest, Ray Luan, CEO of New Oaks AI, EasySite AI, and a couple others. Claw Light Web Wizard is his latest announcement today, so we'll get into that in a little bit. Ray, how you doing today?
Good. How are you, Leland?
Good. Third day of March. I think we're doing okay so far in 2026. We're moving along just easy
So
as a
fast.
rail, I guess. This is so
Yeah.
fast.
So
I
many
can't.
things happened, you know.
It is
There's
tricky. So, what do you
yeah,
got going on? Ray?
yeah,
What's happening
well,
in your world?
yeah, so a lot of things happened. Recently I think Openclaw has been the real hype these days. Everybody is talking about Openclaw. And just yesterday, on GitHub, I think Openclaw just reached 250K stars.
I know. Is that crazy or
Wow,
what?
that's
That's a lot
crazy.
of
It's
stars.
the most popular framework, not even app in the history of GitHub. I think that's going to be it's finalized it's I think OpenCloud is not a hype anymore. I think it's going to
Probably not. It's in the mainstream now. It's not something that's just a fad. It's like
yeah,
everybody wants it because of
exactly.
its power, how powerful it is. It's doing everything at once, basically. It's kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
so there's a lot of interesting facts that one guy in San Francisco,
Mhm.
he started doing like OpenCloud one-on-one indoor installation service. He charge
Really?
$1,000, right? So go to your home,
That's
and
kind of what we were going to do with agents. We thought about that, just
yeah,
building little
yeah,
M1s or M1, M4 minis and putting them in people's houses as agents that they can
exactly.
talk to or whatever. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Exactly. And then, but he only do the installation service, not including the mini Mac Mini, sir. I mean
Oh,
device.
so
Separate.
another.
So
Yeah,
you need
yeah,
to
yeah.
buy a Mac Mini, and then he charge you $1,000 just for the installation service.
Not a bad deal.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And also there is a popular app called Trust MRR
Okay.
built by one of the ex influencers, and it lists
Really?
out the top open cloud startups that's
Oh,
starting to making profit. So one of the
oh,
most
I
popular
see.
one just made over, I think, over 50K MR already.
So
50K
this
within a
is
month.
in, so this, wow. This
Yeah.
is pretty cool site. I like this.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
literally, he made I think it's Mark Lowe, right? He made a
Okay.
leaderboard, yeah,
Mhm.
to rank all of the open cloud startups which already start to make money. Not,
This
not
is
the,
just Openclaw startups.
yes, just open.
Oh, I thought you were talking AI
Sounds
startups. I'm like,
no,
oh
no,
my
just
God.
open cloud startup.
Okay.
It's so much fun, and I think most of the startups are focused on setup service or the tool for like one click to install OpenClaw for your computers
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
either a VPS machines. But there's
That's so
one
cool.
other startup which is very interesting. It's called Roof Cloud. It's a roof service startup. Has been
Oh,
busy
really?
for 10 years. Yeah. And I think they made over 50K a month
In
already.
1 month?
Yeah. I think because they specialize roof service business.
I wonder what's really interesting about this is I have a friend who's doing something very similar to this. He's
Yep.
using AI and drone footage for roofers. I don't
Yeah,
know if he took the next step to
hmm,
add the claw component to his. I'll talk to him. I
exactly.
don't think who made
Exactly.
this one. Do you know?
I don't know. I just saw that it's listed on the leaderboard.
I
So
wonder if he did that. That's
so
funny.
I think,
He may have built it. I should go
yeah.
talk to him. I'm not
Well,
sure. Wow.
it's literally using OpenCloud to do the outbound call automation. The roof service people, they have to scrape data every day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And do a lot of outbound calls and text messages. I think he just provide that service to the roof.
That's kind of what my buddy did. It was the same respect, but it was like he gets full on data once they do their aerial flyovers, and they
Yep.
could literally have full on reports generated before they go to the door or even make a phone call or whatever
Yep.
of exactly what kind of roof damage they have after a storm, which I thought
Yep.
was really cool. Looks like
Yeah.
your video's freezing up a little bit on Zoom. Nothing we can do
Yeah. Let
there,
me
Ray.
read. Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah, just refresh your video. There you go.
Refresh
That
it. Yeah.
works. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. So, as far as the Openclaw thing goes, where did you take it? I think you started with your big build there, and then you went off on a little tangent
Yeah,
from there. What did you
sure.
do?
So I think one of the risks, I mean, the early adopters, Openclaw is still um only popular among the early adopters. I think
Oh yeah.
a lot of people would stop from getting to the door because the setup process is really painful, right? You have to
Mhm.
use a lot of command line um, instructions to install it. So I built literally a self-service setup, automatic setup installer website called Cloud Light. So even the name was named by Openclaw. I asked Openclaw, so what? I give you the service of my, the business of my website.
Yeah.
How
Oh
should I
yeah.
get the domain name? So he recommended Cloud Light, and then just paid $150 for Cloud Light. Yeah, it's still in beta, but the idea is that you do not need to know any like terminal command line instructions.
Oh nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all
just click,
conversational then. It's
one
going to
click.
let you
Yeah,
just click some buttons and ask some
yeah,
questions
one
and put
click
it
to
in.
install Openclaw to your computer,
Oh, cool.
right? That's the first thing. The second thing that we also provide cheaper API tokens. I think another pain point is API cost is too high, like which
True.
really stop people
True.
from using Openclaw on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a two pain point we're trying to solve. Um,
Yeah, I
and
think
there,
it's what about $100 a month typically for somebody that wants to go
yeah,
host a claw
easily,
build. It's usually about
easily,
that price for daily use, so that you're,
yeah,
it's
it,
following you around 24/7, basically, in that extent.
exactly.
So that's what
So
you're.
I can give you an example. Like I literally spent $200 in the past 4 days. $200 4 days.
Take it easy, pal.
So yeah. So I
What
think the
happens?
cost is the really pain. But of course, because I was using Cloud Opus, I mean the
Oh,
most
okay.
expensive model. There's always a
Yeah.
lot of like cheaper models that you can adapt to. But I think if you use it, you can only get the best performance if you use the best model, right?
Yeah,
You
I
can
agree with that all the way.
yeah,
Because even Olama's offering it with the free models, and you could use
yeah,
Kimi 2.5 or you could use the
yes, of
GLM
course,
4.7, and they would all work. But
right.
in order to
But
use the cloud versions, you're still going to have to pay like you do with the rest of
yeah, but the point is that you want to solve problem for yourself, right? Make money.
them.
You don't want to play. If you only play for fun, then use a cheap model, right?
Yeah.
But if you want to do some serious business, I
Mhm.
won't go with the cheaper models because their inferencing and reasoning capability is still very limited, which means that it will be not able to replace your personnel, like
Yeah,
marketing,
personal
sales
wise,
stuff.
as far as
Yeah,
reason, but I see Gemini 3.1 has got quite the reasoning model going on right now, too. That was a substantial jump in improvement from their last bot model. So I was,
yep,
and I'm playing with that one a little bit as I go because I like the anti gravity interface. So I'm just kind of poking around in there to see how it works. I'm
yeah.
liking it, but it's not, it's messed up my code a couple of times. I get a little mad when it does that, but um,
Yeah, that's
it's
so
not as
that
good as
happens.
Claude or ChatGPT right now.
Well, I think it really depends. I think Gemini, Cloud, and OpenAI, they have different strengths in
Oh yeah,
different areas.
absolutely,
So I think the
absolutely.
best practice is that build agent team,
Mhm.
to apply different sub agent with different model. For example, Gemini is very good for image video generation and also for stock. I mean,
Oh
the
yeah,
yeah, the
absolutely.
stock research report.
Yep.
So one of my friend actually for her personal investment on American stock market
Mhm.
stocks, she mentioned that Gemini is so accurate that the information that Gemini collected for her actually already can make serious help her to make serious investments.
Wow.
Well, she was in the investment team of TikTok previously.
Oh,
She's one
nice.
of my friends. Yeah,
Gotcha.
so
Cool.
Yeah, so I think Gemini is very strong in stock analysis, analytical type of work, and image
Mhm.
and video generation, versus Cloud Opus 4.6 is very strong in reasoning and inferencing, which means that it's the best model for use for orchestrating, right? So
Yeah.
when you build a whole team of agents, you want that the brain, the planning agent be the smart one, but it's very
Mhm.
expensive. So
Mhm.
you can dispatch the tasks to their different sub agent. For example, if I build a coding agent, AK, I told you about, I use
Mhm.
Codex, OpenAI Codex 5.3 for AK
Yeah,
for
that's what I
coding.
mean. Been using for
I
my
built
stuff lately.
another marketing agent, Elon, so I use another
Elon.
model, right?
It's
It
a good
doesn't
one.
need to get smart, right? So I use
No.
Sonnet 4.6 for
Yeah.
marketing. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
much cheaper, like 1/5 of the cost of Opus. And
Oh
then
yeah.
I have another a third sub agent called Hunter, who is doing research for me on a daily
Mhm.
basis, generate a morning report, evening report, and do some writing some script. So
Mhm.
I also use Open AI's GPT for 5.2, right?
Yeah.
And
Very good.
then lastly, I have a backup model. So whenever there's a timeout for all the main models, I use Minimax, which is a
Oh,
little bit
okay.
cheaper as a
Yeah.
fallback model. That way that
Really?
you, yeah, can lower the cost. So it's really is a combination of the different models, and just apply different models to different use case, to
Mhm.
different sub agents, so that they can collaborate together. So
Yeah, I
to
do a lot
help.
of my planning with GPT. I do a lot of my front end work. I've done a lot of my front end work with Gemini,
Yeah.
but I do a lot of that with GPT as well. And then just do a lot of the back end code with either Claude
Mhm.
or I'll even use Gamma or Comma. I do like that model. I built a Claude distillate of it
Okay.
and it just run because I can run it locally. I run the 8-bit, and when I'm just doing small bits of code where it's nothing major, just an
Yeah.
app.js or something short and sweet that I need to throw together really quick,
Yeah.
I just work it that way. I'm not gonna lose much on a. It's not like I'm trying to build a lot of subroutines over a 12 or 15 different modules inside a
Yeah.
write build. Or a byte build. I'm just trying to run a simple app, and that's kind of what we're doing over here. Just
Yeah.
building appliance apps, basically, is what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So what do we got then for Claude Light? It looks like this is going to be the next step. We've still got a lot of things going. I wanted to ask you, Ray. I had one of the users over at New Oaks
Yeah.
ask me if you guys have managed to tie any of the bots together, like have one bot communicate with another bot.
No, this
I didn't think
the
so.
framework of Nux cannot do that itself.
That's what I thought.
So
That's
yeah,
what I told him. Okay, I just
yeah,
wanted to make sure.
yeah. So, but the point is that with the help of Openclaw,
Mm-hmm.
you probably can do that. So my plan is to like connect New Oaks,
Mm-hmm.
EasySite, help sales agent. I mean, the different we have made in the past 2 years. We made like three major tools, right?
Yeah, for
but
sure.
but we need a brain to orchestrate the tools, right, and make
Mm-hmm.
them collaborate together. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm next steps. I'm going to make even including Easy Router, making them to be part of the skills for Openclaw, so that
Oh,
we can
nice.
use
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Openclaw to connect those tools together and
Mm-hmm.
make it a holistic system
Mm-hmm.
to do a serious business for all the agency, marketing agency or lead generation, business owners or even solopreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the whole plan. So Open Call and Call Lights is going to be the brain, and
I
all the
like it.
tools will be the limbs.
And it goes
Open.
back to what we were talking about the other day, Ray, where we have this image right here that kind of shows the modern agent stack that's out there. And it's not like we're delivering service as a software anymore. It's more about an outcome. It's about what can we get out of what we have now, and that is business outcomes. So how do we make revenue? How do we make growth? How do we get engagement? It's what we're trying to develop, and by doing so we have to have a foundational framework. And what we had for a while was all these little chat bots, and then it was all about automation, and now it's all about agents, and now it's agentive workflows. And all that did was push the whole stack down a stage.
Yeah,
It moved everything down so that we could bring the conversational element to the top and really let it shine in the way that it should. And that's having a conversation with another type and form of intelligence. And I think it's really
exactly.
cool.
So previously, I think a lot of people were talking about workflow and agentic engineering, this type of work, but I think OpenCloud is a key solution or framework to make it all happen. For example, N8N, right, was popular for workflow builders,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's too complicated. But OpenClaw, I think, it's opened the door for people with no coding background but knows the business logic can now build complicated workflow for themselves.
Yeah,
So
that's exactly it.
yeah, to use
I
AI to
agree.
build outcome, right? Not just paying for another tool.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, there's one of the top AC firm, A66, just released a report. There's always a
Oh,
question that will OpenCloud kill the SaaS business?
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know the
What do
answer,
you
but
think, Ray? Yeah, I don't
uh,
think there is an answer to that yet.
yeah,
I
I don't
think
think there's
there.
an answer.
The reason I say that is because I see too many people that don't like software. They
Yeah.
just don't. I mean, and it's those kind of people, like even my wife here in
Yeah.
this home,
Yeah.
she is not technically savvy. She does not like to mess with computers. She's very much oriented in other things, not things of the computer world. So she could care less about chatbots and AI and all this other stuff. And I think we tend to forget that not everybody is into AI. It's a
Yeah.
small percentage, but it's a large percentage, but
It's a
it's a
dark.
small group of people. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
So
So I think
how do we get them to do it?
I think most people only cares about the outcome, right? They don't care
Yeah,
about what tool is AI
exactly.
or non-AI. They don't really care about it.
No.
So when it comes to the answer of the question, the big question, $1 million question, whether cloud will kill SaaS business, I think it will not kill the SaaS business, but it will evolve, make the business evolve. I mean, the traditional SaaS business, I think will definitely lose market share
Yeah.
gradually. I think the because
Those who have controlled it will lose
yeah,
market share because when you
exactly.
think about it from an enterprise perspective, Ray, it's really when you look at it from like top down Salesforce level, where you're actually looking at it from what corporations pay to have an infrastructure built that was always IT teams just constantly hacking and patching and putting fixes into this huge infrastructure that was never really complete. It was always just a big broken framework that had to be put together piece by piece. And now we could start fresh.
Yes.
We could start completely fresh and say, nope, this is not how we're going to do business anymore. We're just going to do
Yeah.
it this way now. And that's what needs to
Exactly.
happen. Complete retooling is what it takes.
Yeah. I think the AI agent like Openclaw will make the traditional SaaS is selling the tool, right?
Yeah.
But the AI agent like Openclaw, I mean, with that you can sell outcome. I think that's a key
Yeah.
difference. Outcome
When
versus
the soft when the software writes itself,
yeah,
it kind of puts us out of the loop. All we can do is tell it what we need. And that's what I keep seeing now is that we've got this phrase. I don't know if I told you, I think I mentioned it to you. We're calling it selfware.
yeah.
It's not
Self.
software,
Okay.
it's
Wow.
selfware. So you can
It's a good
design
term.
what you need for yourself. And I think that's the beauty of it is you don't have to put yourself into someone else's wrapper anymore.
Yeah. Software. Yeah, it's a good term. It almost sounds like it has consciousness already, right?
Yeah.
Software. It can
Yeah.
build
Selfware.
tools for the self. Yeah, it starts to more sound like human.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you
so
watch Alex Jones? I think it's Alex Jones. Is that his
yeah,
name?
yes, of course, Alex
The
Jones.
guy with
Yeah.
the little blue beanie. He's always wearing the blue hat.
Mhm.
Did you see where he classified like the categories of where people are at in AI right now? He has like 5 classes.
Oh yeah.
And
Okay.
it's the
About it.
people, who are just really don't care about AI, and then you got the people who are just playing with chat bots, and then you got people who are starting to vibe code, and then you got people who are coding full on and making apps from that, and
Yeah.
then you got the top, and I forget the name of the company. I think it's StormDB or something like that, Station DB or some standard DB. I can't remember the name now.
Yeah.
They are literally building, you think EasySite
Mhm.
being an app factory, their
Yeah.
app factory is nothing but AI producing software, and they don't touch it. They
Okay.
literally just give it a task and say, we need a software for this, we need a software for that, we need a software for this, and it lets the agents go, and
Oh,
all they expect at the end is the outcome of the software, and then they final check whatever it is that the AI produced. So that's
wow.
stage 5. That's
Yeah.
where we're headed, is full on agentic coding where we don't even do anything but watch the result.
Right. So human will be less I mean useful to AI in
Yeah, I
the
think
future,
so.
right? It's coming.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
it's coming to
where
that. When it comes to code and conversation, we're still going to have the human in the loop. I think we always
right.
will.
But AI is
Otherwise, we're not human.
right. But we're not playing the main role, right, anymore. We're like more co in the co-pilot mode. Human is the
I think
co-pilot,
so.
not AI.
I think
AI
so.
is the planning, is the brain. Human is only part of the process.
Because we're giving it the appendages it needs to do the fine details. That's
Yeah.
really all we're doing right now, because it's much. I even caught it though the other day.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out, get
Mhm.
this.
Yeah.
So on the app that I built, I was trying to build a drag and drop sort tray, like a Kanban board
Yeah.
on the production end of. So it was a streaming platform that I was building where I could build a column
Mhm.
for a platform and then drop a card in it to stream to it. Well, it wanted me to build in sort JS and layer it and do all this. It says, no, don't worry. You don't want to put a big plug in like drag and drop in there. It's a huge kit. You're going to have to revamp everything. I spent 3 days trying to code sort JS and layer it in there so that I could pull off a nice Kanban. And it looked okay, but the
Yeah.
states kept breaking. It was like I have lock states inside the app to keep operators from messing up the setup. And those lock states kept resetting. I was like, dude, let me just drop the drag and drop plugin in and see what happens. And he was like, oh, it's going to take a long time. I swear to God, within 5 minutes,
Yeah.
the refactor was done.
Yeah.
Everything worked perfectly after
Yeah.
3 days of nothing but headaches. And I told the AI, I was like, why did you send me down that rabbit hole? Why did you think you could even do this? And it
Right.
sat and thought for a minute, and it didn't answer right away. And it came back and said,
Yeah.
miscalculation. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, are you serious? You literally told me exactly what not to do and what I should do. And then in the end, you're like, nah, just a miscalculation. Maybe we shouldn't have done that.
Right. So
I don't know
it,
what to think of that thing anymore.
right. Well, but it's a typical scenario. I mean,
Yeah.
AI is very smart, but I think the one the key point that the value of human, that we have to be able to verify its outcome or result, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you probably will spend a lot of tokens just to do the wrong in do the thing in the wrong path.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Never build what you think people want. Always ask them
exactly,
first.
exactly.
Then build what
So
they want.
what the way that I handled it, that like yesterday when I was building Cloud Light,
Mhm.
I was using Codex, and then I was building a Windows installer for Openclaw.
Oh,
But it
okay.
always has a bug when I download the installer and test it. And then I
Mhm.
realized that maybe it's not, it's the code has some bug which has not been, figured out by
Yeah.
Codex.
Yeah.
So then I decided to build another debug agent,
That's a good
right?
idea.
I use debug agent to double check the code that Codex generated. The debug agent I use Cloud, and if
That's what I
it
use,
found a major,
Gemini.
it
Yeah.
found a major bug, and then
Really.
it built it again. So the key is that we have to build different agents to double check, cross check
Yeah.
each other's
Oh,
work
for sure.
to
That's how you
make
do it.
it flawless. Otherwise, we may spend a lot of money on the wrong direction of either coding or any taxes that we're planning to do. So
That'd be a good way to have an agent like as your second, you know how you always go out to get a second opinion? You should
Yep,
have an agent
exactly.
that's there just for second opinions to make
Exactly.
sure
We
that whatever
definitely
the
do
first
that.
agent said is right.
Yeah.
Because I have had it steer me in wrong directions and had to come back around and really
Yep.
kind of condemn it and put protocols in place to avoid ever doing that again. Because I do that a lot. I make
Yeah.
sure when I run stuff, and thankfully I had all my stuff on Git when we lost our data earlier in the week. So yeah, we're in the middle of a big build right now that I'm excited about. So can't wait to show it to you, Ray, when we get her all up and
Yeah,
running.
me too. Then yeah, let me know when you're
Well, what
ready.
else do you want to leave for the folks today? I know that's really about the only update. We don't have any updates out at EasySite right now. Did you build any more templates? Did we make it to 100 yet or no? Not quite. Huh?
Now it's 68. Yeah, we plan to make more
68.
templates. Yeah.
Okay.
It's on the
So
way. And
keep an
also,
eye out for that.
yeah, and also for each side, we did some, back end optimization work, make it more stable. So there's
Oh, okay.
not much update on the front end, but on the back end, we did a lot of work, make it more
Cool.
stable, and a lot of updates has been built recently. I will put that in the log.
Yeah, so 68 various templates you can use to build your own SaaS with just a couple of clicks, and you can have it tied to Stripe, have your payment gateway all ready to go. So that all you got to do is start serving it up, let people start paying you for your service. So over at EasySite.ai. New Oaks AI, if you want to check out the chat bots and get that added to your website, and actually real estate folks, e-com, that's really the place to be if you want to have some type of customer service rep, AI agent available to you. New Oaks is out there for you. And if you ever want to work with me to do some podcast work, just head over to Best Live TV and check out what we do as well, because I built that on EasySite. So, Ray,
Awesome.
thanks for coming by like you do every couple of weeks. I know we've been having a little bit of an erratic schedule with holidays and stuff as we did toward the end of the year, and we're going into spring, so the hours will change shortly. We've got I think it's next weekend we move up the ladder on the push for daylight savings. So next Sunday, I think the week
Oh,
after, we may be running at 9 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. Ray. So let's
right.
double check before the next show.
Yeah, let's do
And
that.
I'll switch up the cards on the YouTube channel so that people know it's an hour later than normal so that we can both accommodate. And we'll see you next time.
Okay.
You enjoy your week, Ray. All right,
See
take
you.
care. We'll see you over there at the new one. Make sure that we send everybody over to Trust MRR to make sure they see who's. We're gonna put Ray on that board soon enough, right? One
Yeah,
way or another.
very
All
soon,
right,
very
sounds
soon.
good, Ray.
I'm working on that to make it happen.
All right,
All right.
you have a good one, Ray.
Okay.
Take care.
Yeah.